So if you've been on the internet in the past month, you know that Kanye West is completely off the rails. He's been going all over social media saying quite literally the most outlandish things that you could ever imagine. And Kanye West in the past has been known and praised for his crazy personality, being outlandish, not afraid to speak his mind. But nowadays, people have begun burning their Yeezy collections, donating their Yeezy clothes to thrift stores across the world. He has began destroying his own legacy. But what if I told you that this is all a scheme that Kanye has created, and he has been doing this since 2005? All right, guys, we're back. I'm gonna try to upload twice a week, 2 videos a week. We'll see how this goes. I told you, we're staying strong to this YouTube grind. Our first video back after 8 months hit over 120,000 views. I love you guys so much, and if you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, comment, do whatever you gotta do, and buckle up. Let's get into this, baby. So, some might argue this, but in Kanye West's career, his personality has become just as well known as his music. Unlike other artists who are just known for their music, Kanye was equally as famous for his outlandish personality. You see, very early on, Kanye learned the best marketing tool ever, and that was that he could use his outlandish personality to manipulate the media and pretty much hack the system and rocket launch his entire career. Kanye understood that attention correlated to success. You see, in the early 2000s, rap was a lot different than it was today. This was during the time of the gangster rap era, and Kanye didn't pretend to be a gangster. While everybody else was wearing big white tees, huge chains, and jerseys, Kanye wore pink polos and striped sweaters. And at this time, no one took him seriously. And around his drop of The College Dropout, he was different than anybody else. He was like the outcast. Nobody took him seriously because rap was very tight niche. But Kanye took full advantage of his outlandish outfits. He didn't grow up as a gangster. He grew up working at the Gap store. And he noticed after he dropped this album, people actually liked his music, started taking him more seriously, and people actually began dressing like Kanye West during this time. And he actually started a revolution of people dressing preppy. And this is where he first started to notice that attention propelled his growth. Kind of like with the rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine, he's got rainbow hair, face tats, and he would call out other rappers. He was very easily, like, you could make fun of him really easily. He was an easy target. So this was kind of what Kanye was doing in a sense, acting exactly opposite of the rap game and like how everybody dressed and acted. And then following this in 2005, people were grieving about Hurricane Katrina, and during a live telethon, Kanye was on a live news network and completely caught everybody off guard when he said this:
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And the following week after this broadcast, Kanye was all over the news. Everybody wanted to interview Kanye to see what was he thinking, what was he talking about. He had to go on the news and apologize for his actions. And everybody was like, who is this guy? Why is he talking like that? Like just saying things that are off the wall. This gained him a whole bunch of attention. And oh yeah, it just so happened that he dropped his album a few days before this newscast. You see, Kanye knew exactly what he was doing. And then in 2007, he was looking to drop his album Graduation, and he decided to move his album up just a few days so that he would drop on the same day as 50 Cent. And around this time, Kanye and him were kind of in the same era, dropping debut albums and gaining a lot of popularity. So Kanye made a fake beef with 50 Cent. And it worked perfectly because 50 Cent represented the gangster rap culture, while Kanye pretty much was the opposite. The pink polos, the sweaters, wearing polo, Ralph Lauren, Gap, all that kind of stuff. And he did this whole scheme to promote his album, and it worked. Kanye was on every talk show. He was even on the cover of Rolling Stones. And during this, he blew 50 Cent away. Kanye's first week sales were 957,000, while 50 Cent's were only 691,000. In today's world, it's kind of normal for this type of behavior, but back then, Kanye was kind of the pioneer of this. Nowadays, influencers start fake families for the internet, and rappers fake date people just for publicity. People make fake beefs all the time, but Kanye pioneered this. You gotta think, this is back in 2008 and 2009. In a way, this was all free marketing. While other rappers were paying for billboards and paying for features, paying for radios to play them on the air, Kanye would just act crazy anytime a camera was on him and then drop an album and it would be the hottest thing ever. And then Kanye decided to put his career on the line in 2009 when he really put this theory to the test. So after the whole Graduation album in 2007, Kanye was living the high life. He was performing at shows, he was enjoying his success, he released his Air Yeezy 1 with Nike, he also released his collaborative Louis Vuitton shoe, but everything was good. Nothing crazy was really going on, and other artists were starting to come up as well. And this was when Kanye did one of his most infamous moments of all time. During the 2009 MTV Music Video Awards, Taylor Swift was giving her acceptance speech, and Kanye West ran up on stage and pretty much ruined her entire show. He went up and said, "Yeah, you got your VMA, congrats, but Beyonce Kanye really should have won it because her video was the best of all time. And after this, the media went crazy. Everybody hated Kanye. This was a moment that looked spontaneous and something that he just did on the fly, but you see, this was calculated. I mean, in all honesty, they should have known, bro. Look at Kanye's fit that day. Bro pulled up with black Timberland boots, a crazy haircut, and he was off a bottle of Henny. How did you expect this man not to crash out? And this was the make or break of Kanye's career, because after all this controversy, if he didn't drop good music, he would fall off. And also, if he waited a few years after this to drop music, he would also fall off. So what did Kanye do? He drops one of his best albums of all time, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and this album explodes. This is still known today as one of Kanye West's best albums of all time. And the craziest part was the following year, after the Taylor Swift situation, when everybody hated him because of him at the VMAs interrupting her and ruining her moment, Kanye the next year was performing Runaway from his new album in front of everybody when he was banned from the VMAs. You see what I'm saying? Now you see this cycle that's starting here. He does some super crazy thing before his album and then drops it right at the perfect timing. And this created diehard fans. See, Kanye fans loved him for whatever he did. They thought he was this creative genius. Me, myself, I mean, look, I'm even wearing the shirt. This is an original shirt. And I feel like after this, Kanye really started to realize the power that he had, but also it mixed with his mental illness, which kind of took a turn for the worst. You see, Kanye had to outdo himself every single time. It seemed like every time that he was in front of a camera, he had to say or do something crazier than the last time. I mean, this dude even ran for the president of the United States to promote an album. Like, this is how crazy it got. After he announces that he's running for president, he drops a single called Famous, where in the beginning of the song, he pretty much says that he made Taylor Swift famous because of the whole VMA incident. And without Kanye, she wouldn't have been successful. And then everybody hates Kanye again. The Swifties are saying, oh, you're bullying Taylor Swift and you're mean and you ruined her whole career and da 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 da. And then he drops the album Life of Pablo. And that booms. The Life of Pablo era was crazy. And it seemed like everywhere you look, people were wearing the shirts with the Pablo down the back. People were spending like $400 on these shirts. You see, Kanye had the media in the palm of his hand. But the problem is now, those days are over. In 2025, people are used to controversy. And with social media nowadays, the world moves so fast. It's like every day there's drama, there's stuff like on the news, there's world problems. Like so much controversial stuff happens every day that Kanye's stuff gets lost. Like Kanye has to do more than just tweeting crazy things for attention. And people start to catch on to this, that he just says crazy things and does crazy things and then he drops an album and then he goes quiet for like 6 months or a year until it's time to drop another album. And I think this started to mess with him a lot mentally. I know he has a mental illness, so he had to keep outdoing himself, but it wasn't working. And he started a beef with Drake when Donda was dropping, and then he became a billionaire with Adidas, and it only got worse. See, Kanye was trying to outdo himself and do crazy things to promote his album, and Adidas drops him. He loses his billionaire status. Adidas freezes his bank accounts, and then Kim Kardashian, his wife and the mother to his kids, leaves him and takes the kids because of his crazy actions that he's been doing to promote his albums. And what does he do? He doubles down and goes crazier online and gets banned from Twitter. But this time he dropped Vultures 1 and Vultures 2 and they were not good. Both albums suffered from horrible reviews and Vultures 2 was depicted as his worst album ever on social media. As much as people couldn't believe it, Kanye West was falling off because the whole reason he got away with this before was his music was good. People would say, oh, he's crazy, whatever, but like his music is amazing. He's like this evil genius. But you take the good music away from it, then he's just crazy. You see, him outdoing himself was not working anymore. And then now just recently at the end of 2024 and 2025, he is now doing the craziest things ever to promote his album. And you see, just since the start of 2025, he's been going crazy because I think he knows that it's not working anymore. Like people don't really care about the crazy things he's saying anymore. And also his music doesn't really back him up and lots of new artists are coming out. So he's doubling down doing even more crazy things. I mean, just in the past 2 months, he has dropped a collab t-shirt with Diddy. He did a Super Bowl commercial that looked like he was intoxicated. And following all this traffic from the Super Bowl to his website, he drops a t-shirt with a logo that I cannot even show on social media. And after this, he tweets some of the craziest things I've ever seen. Lots of racist stuff. And then Shopify bans his store, so he's pretty much banned from the internet. He can't sell anything now. And then he tricks his daughter, puts the vocals on a song with P. Diddy, who, for those of you who don't know, P. Diddy is in jail for a reason. You guys can go look that up on your own, but P. Diddy did some crazy things. And he just put his daughter on a song with Diddy and then dropped it on Twitter. And after this and all the racist remarks that he's done, people have began destroying their Yeezy collections, lighting their Yeezys on fire. People are donating their Yeezy clothes, throwing it away. It even became a trend, a trending hashtag, burn Yeezys or burn your Yeezys, something like that. After this, Kim Kardashian was furious, of course. She secretly bought the rights to Kanye's daughter's name and then took him to court so that he could get the song immediately taken down, because technically she owns the rights to the name and anything that her name is attached to, so she could sue him for using her name, which it's kind of messed up. It's their own daughter. But Kanye went to war over this. Kanye went to war on social media and in court and had his lawyers fight that he could keep the song up with his daughter and Diddy after knowing Diddy does whatever Diddy does to get him in jail. And he keeps pushing the boundaries and the limits with all this stuff on Twitter. But now it's the make or break time for Kanye West. Kanye has dug himself so deep into this hole and this spiral of craziness to promote his new album that if Kanye's album is not good, then I think he's officially done. Before, people could make the excuse, oh, he has good music, but he hasn't dropped good music in multiple years. And I love a lot of the old Kanye music, but ask any Kanye fan, when was the last good album he dropped? It wasn't Donda, it wasn't Vultures, it wasn't Vultures 2. So now, if he doesn't drop a good album, then all this controversy is like, people aren't gonna care anymore. And he ruined his whole reputation with clothing and shoes as well. His site is banned and people don't wanna wear anything attached to Kanye or Yeezy because of his racist remarks. They don't wanna buy his shoes, his clothes, his hoodies, his shirts, nothing. Adidas backed away, his manager backed away, Balenciaga won't work with him. And if you take the music away, what else do you have? He's just the crazy guy online. So if Kanye doesn't make this album good, then I think it could be officially over for him. Whew, that's it. Wow. I hope you guys liked today's video. I told you, I'm back, baby. We're better than ever. And if you guys haven't already, follow my Instagram. I'll put the @ right here. I post on Instagram and TikTok pretty much every day. The YouTube stuff is a little bit harder, so we're aiming for 2 a week, but we'll see. And that being said, guys, thank you for all the support. I love you, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.